There is a place in the North Sea that hardly appears on any map. It has no natural borders. It has no cities. It has no roads. It is a concrete platform supported by two rusted pillars about 13 kilometers off the English coast. And yet up there, someone raised a flag, wrote a constitution, minted a coin, and declared, "This is an independent state, but can a nation truly exist founded on an abandoned fortress?" To understand Sealand, we must go back to 1943. During the Second World War, Great Britain built several sea forts, the so-called Monsell forts, to defend against German attacks. One of them was HM Fort Ruffs. It was armed. It was inhabited by hundreds of soldiers. Then the war ended, and as often happens with structures born for emergencies, it was forgotten. It remained there, in the middle of the sea, too far to be useful, too inconvenient to be demolished, a structure suspended between the past and nothingness. In September 1967, a man named Paddy Roy Bates climbed onto that platform. His initial goal was to start a pirate radio station, Radio Essex, but the radio never launched. Instead, something far more daring happened. Bates decided that Tower would become an independent nation. He called it the Principality of Sealand. He raised a flag, proclaimed himself prince, and named his wife princess. It may seem eccentric, but it was not just fantasy. The platform at the time lay outside British territorial waters. Technically, no state had direct jurisdiction over it, and here begins the most surprising part. In 1968, some British workers approached the platform to install navigation buoys. Bates's son, Michael, fired warning shots to drive them away. The case went to court, but the judge ruled that since the platform was in international waters, the United Kingdom had no jurisdiction. It was not an official recognition, but it was something more subtle. It was a legal vacuum. And in that vacuum, Sealand continued to exist. In 1975, a constitution was promulgated. Passports were created, a currency, official symbols. But in 1978, something happened that seems straight out of a political novel. Alexander Achenbach, a German lawyer linked to Sealand, organized an attempted coup. He hired mercenaries and took control of the platform while the Bates family was in England. Michael managed to retake the fortress. Achenbach was held as a hostage. Germany sent a diplomat to negotiate his release, and even today, that gesture is considered by some as a de facto recognition. It is a tiny story, and yet it involved real governments. In 1987, the United Kingdom extended its territorial waters from 3 to 12 nautical miles. Thus, Sealand was encompassed. Yet the Bates argued that their declaration of independence preceded the extension. Once again, a gray area. Today, no state officially recognizes Sealand. Very few people live on the platform. Michael Bates now resides in England, but he grew up there, isolated from the world, without phones or communications. 20 years of life suspended between sea and concrete. In 2007, the Pirate Bay attempted to purchase Sealand. The idea was to turn it into a digital haven, far from traditional laws. The deal did not go through, but the episode reveals something interesting. Sealand is not just a historical curiosity. It has become a symbol of a very current question. Who decides where borders end, and who has the right to found something new? Perhaps Sealand's strength does not lie in legal legitimacy, but in the determination of those who chose to call a platform in the sea home. And then the question naturally arises, what truly is a state? A territory? International recognition? Or the will to exist?